Hello Millies, welcome back to Doll Mill. I can't believe it's almost that time of the year again. Time for the pumpkins, candies, and kids running around dressed up as whatever character or creature they prefer the most. The favorite time of the year for a lot of people, Halloween. And for the very first time in this channel, I present to you our Halloween collab. Me and other customizers ganged up and put together this great set of transformations to celebrate the date. The whole team includes ANASTAZIA Custom, Characters Factory, DOLLIGHTFUL, DOLLMOTION, Doll's Brand New Look, Dollumentary, GM Art, HEXTIAN, Kosomolski Dolls, Kiddo's Workshop, Moonlight Jewel, Poppen Atelier, TAMAKYU Art, the DOLLFAIRY, and of course yours truly. I'm amazed by the raw talent shown by all these wonderful customizers. I will be leaving links to their channels below, so please go check out their creations, they're awesome. While a lot of my customizing compatriots chose to go for the spooky, scary theme, I really couldn't bring myself to do it. I don't want nightmares of transforming my doll into a horror monster and coming back to haunt me, thank you very much. So I decided to turn it around and go for a sweet and cute type, with just a tiny pinch of creepy for my Halloween custom. I was originally planning a complete different repaint for this collab, but if you've been following me on Instagram, you'll know I've had a few distractions, and for the past few weeks I've been very busy, so when I looked at the date I was like... So, previous idea would have to wait, as it was too elaborate to finish it in time. I decided to wing it and just go with whatever struck my inspiration. No design whatsoever. Let's check the box with the broken dolls and extra parts. Well, I didn't have to look too much. The moment I saw the head, I was like, oh my god, I forgot I had you, I'm gonna use you right now, yay! Now to look for a body to match the skin tone. Missing leg. Maybe some other time. This one might work, but let's see how bad the damage is. It's hanging by a thread. I can try to glue it with super glue. Nope, did not work. The plastic refused to stay together. So I guess I'll have to look for another body in the doll pile. Well, I mean, it's not the same shade of green at all, but I can make it work. Sorry, Torale, I'll find you a replacement body. I swear. I'm gonna save the hands too. An idea popped into my head for the arms. I'm so happy I don't have to get any prep done on this head. I mean, I enjoy the prep, but it is a little time consuming, so yay for saving steps. We will need to make sure the head is clean, so I use some pure acetone to remove any dust and stains, then wash it with lukewarm water and give it a good 3 layers of our trustworthy Mr. Super Clear, waiting 30 minutes between each layer. Meanwhile, I'm gonna bring out my epoxy sculpt, mix the 2 parts really well, and start working on modding the arms and the hands. Have you seen those characters that start with very thin upper arms, and then the forearms get thicker, followed by very chubby fingers? I can't really think of a good example right now, but I remember I always liked that aesthetic, so I decided to try it out on this character. When the epoxy has hardened, I paint the gray area with black and then use black pastel to make it look like a gradient towards the green of the arm. Let's get working on the shoes now. I finally got all my clothes and accessories neatly organized. Yay for organization! I have this idea in my head to make the feet look bigger, so I'm using these boots from Avi as they are the biggest shoes I could find. We will also be using some epoxy sculpt to change the shape in the front, making it bigger and pointier, kind of like elvish or pixie shoes. And when it gets a little firmer, but not completely hard, we sculpt some details. Looks a little more realistic this way, right? Now I'm gonna grab some leftover fun foam I had lying around and a candle. I measure and cut some of it to make it into some shoe cuffs. Is that what they're called? Light the candle carefully, and then carefully hit the piece of foam and start thinning out one of the edges. Once I'm happy with the shape, I mark and cut a small triangle in the middle, and finally glue it to our boot, removing any excess there might be left. I still felt like something was kinda missing, so I grabbed my 3D liner and drew some extra details and shapes, to make it look more magic-y. Paint time. They have to be orange, I just know it. Oh, orange, why'd you fail me? This is gonna take way too many layers to cover completely. And then I remembered, Tanya, you dumb duck. First you need to prime it with a base color, duh. So let's go for black. And then we'll layer up the orange. It already looks better than last time. When we're happy with the shade of orange, we start painting the details with black. And also give it some black dry brushing to make it look scraped and dirty. But it needs gold. Don't you guys think it needs gold? Let's add some tiny golden details here and there. And as a final detail, I'm gonna glue these cool metallic ships I got from eBay. Super glue should do the work. Boots done! Now for the clothes. I wanted to go for the obvious and selected the traditional colors for Halloween. Orange, purple, and black. I think there's also green, but her skin already is green, so we cool. I'm gonna begin with the easiest part, the leggings. I bring out my old pattern, secure it with some pins, and trace it with a white colored pencil. Then I cut 2 parts from it. I'm gonna go with hand sewing this time around. Lola is stored and I don't want to make the trek to bring her out. When they're ready, I try them on to see how well they fit. I think these ones are my best ones so far. Hooray for practice! For the shirt, I basically do the same thing. I bring out an old pattern, modify it a little while tracing with a pencil, and then cut the pieces and sew them together. When that's done, I grab my 3D liner once again and decorate the shirt with some lines and dots. I'm gonna take a little break from the clothes and switch back to the head again. An idea occurred to me and I wanna try to add some type of bunny-like ears using some air dry clay. I have this brand ordered from Japan, which I have never used. And I just gotta say, it feels like clouds. I make 2 elongated shapes and sculpt them until they look just how I want them. The clay takes about a day to completely dry, and when it's ready I can finally glue them to the head. I use super glue again. But I realized it wouldn't be enough to secure them completely. So I mixed 2 equal parts of epoxy glue and using a toothpick I added it to the whole area connecting the ears. I need a hood, my brain said suddenly. I've never done a hood though, so I ended up buying this pattern from Requiem Art Designs on Etsy. She's got this amazing collection of incredible patterns and instructions. I couldn't resist getting one for the hood. Her instructions are super clear to follow, even if you only got a basic understanding of sewing. But I of course ended up modifying things a little to match the vision popping into my head. Gotta mark where those ears are gonna come out from, so I make little holes at the top. Then we try to see if they can actually fit through. Success! Looking good, little one! Now to paint the ears to match the rest of the head. My only green is too dark, so I will have to mix some yellow and white to get the correct shade. It was a battle. I'm not exactly good at measuring amounts of paint. Such a waste. And even after all that amount of paint, the shade does not match 100%. But I'm happy enough with the results. With that out of the way, we turn to our favorite part of every video. Well, at least mine. The face-up. I'm gonna go for something super simple and quick. I love how this face mold doesn't have any guidelines, so it's pretty easy to draw the eye shape however you want it without getting distracted by them. What I came up with while doing all of her clothes is to draw a cute and simple skull mask face-up. Big black eyes with a hint of a smile on them, and of course a toothy smiley mouth. I'll go for the traditional white skull mask. It will go well with the whole ensemble. While drawing her, the backstory just hit me. She is a Halloween fairy, who only comes out to our realm during this particular holiday. She loves that kids dress up and go ask for candy together, so taking advantage that her appearance won't catch anyone's attention, she goes and joins different groups of kids during the night and asks for candies for herself. And she's also not above on tricking the house owners that were not nice and prefer not to give any treats. She has zero tolerance for bullies, so you don't want to be one taking someone's candy and have her see you in action. She is against death and violence, but she does believe in hard-learned lessons. Having the power to create illusions always comes in handy when dealing with these nasty bullies. I'll let you imagine what kind of mischief she can come up with. After every kid is safely back home, and she's got enough candy to last her until next year, she says goodbye to our realm and goes back home. Now, a question for all of you. What are your plans for this Halloween? Any parties you'll attend? Are you going for trick-and-treating? Or are you just planning to chill at home and watch some Halloween-themed movies? Like me. Please let me know in the comments below. I always love reading every single thing you write. Everything is set and dry comes the styling. Cut, brush and style, rinse and repeat until you're happy with it. When the hair is all finished, my little Halloween fairy is ready to step out into the night and get some treats. custom complete. I adore her to pieces. All in all, I'm extremely happy with how she turned up. All cute with a hint of creepy. Perfect for Halloween. Pulling the design out of thin air was very fun and challenging for my imagination. And we all artists enjoy a nice challenge, don't we? Before taking the pics, I thought she might look cute with a half mask, like the one the Winter Soldier wears. So I made one for her and I love how she looks. Her name is Tancy Willow, the fairy of All Hallows Eve. Nice to meet you, Tancy. I want to thank all my absolutely wonderful patrons for being there for me on highs and lows, for all your patience and eternal faith and support. I couldn't make it without you guys, I love you. You're all invited to join our exclusive community by following me on Patreon. I leave the link below in the description. And before I leave you, I have one small bit of news for you all. I'm officially announcing the opening of my store on teespring.com, where you can get some of my exclusive art printed on a t-shirt, on a cup, a bag, a phone case, etc. For now I only got some channel favorites, Lyra Datchery, No Facey, and my own personal version of the Powerpuff Girls, which we will be calling Millie Girls to avoid any copyright complaints. And of course I can't forget my new little one for this Halloween. I got plans to periodically add new original art, and I will always be letting you know when there's something new available through my community tab. So don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell, ensuring you don't miss any new updates on my channel. If you're interested in checking the store out, you can click on the link I leave in the description below. And one very last note to end this video. Tancy is now available for sale. If you want to take my little Halloween fairy home with you, please contact me with a personal message on my Instagram or send me an email, which I will also write in the description below. Are you as excited as I am about Halloween, Tancy? How about a little dance to show everyone how happy you are about the candies you'll be getting? Wait, where are you going? The camera is over here. Okay, do what you want. Thank you so much for joining me in the creation of my little mischievous Halloween fairy. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I did making her. And I hope you all have an incredible day, and here's to a great Halloween night. May your bags break from how much candy you get. Tschüss!